You're listening to another one of Simperot's Wellness bonus episodes, Friday 5, and today is all about 5 no-cost detox solutions you should add to your life today. That's right, these are no-cost detox solutions. And what can be better than free?
Welcome to Simple Roots Radio with Alexa Shern. Alexa believes that simplicity in life is the key to achieving true and lasting health. And now your host, Alexa Shern.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Alexa, and this is another bonus episode of Friday 5 here on Simple Roots Radio. And today is all about free detox solutions you should be adding to your life today. Like, we're talking free, no cost. You can do these anywhere and anytime. And if you followed along in the last episode, number 86, all about the secrets to detoxing well, then you learned that the secret is learning to detox every day. And not just us learning to detox, but supporting our body's natural detoxification properties every single day. And the reason is that so many people just wait so long to detox their body. They go from nothing to everything about once a year. But the thing is that our body is working tirelessly to detox our body of all the toxins that are coming in, whether from things that we're breathing, putting on our skin, or even eating. So our body is constantly working to detox our body. It's a natural daily thing that our body is working on doing. And the thing about detoxification is that our body really prefers to do this in the parasympathetic mode, in our rest and digest state, rather than our sympathetic mode. So one of the big keys with detoxification that we talked about last week is just kind of slowing down and allowing your body space to do this, the right environment to do this. Because I know, there's so many detoxes and so many cleanses on the market. A lot of them involve powders or coffee enemas. And I'm not saying any of those things are necessarily wrong. I'm just saying that if we really want to achieve lasting health, then I think we have to do more than just occasional detox where we take matters into our own hands. And instead, what would change if we just supported the environment for our body doing the job that it was designed? I'm a very big proponent of our body knows what it should be doing. It just needs a space and the right place to do that. And so often our body is so congested with all this excess stuff and living in sympathetic mode of this flight and flight response all day that we never really slow down and allow our body the space to do what it should. And so today I'm going to give you 5 solutions. These are completely free, and what gets better than free, right? That you can do starting today. And I'm going to have a handout, so I'm going to list all these over in the show notes. You can find that at simperootswellness.com/087, where you can start to incorporate these 5 things into your everyday life. And I promise you will see big rewards. I like to think of it as a snowball effect. Even though these aren't huge things, they're just little things. But those little things, they build up over time, and you'll start to feel better, which will convert to you making better decisions all day long. So up first, tip number 1, 5 no-cost detox solutions you must add today. Number 1 is water, right? Now, here's the thing about water. I have a whole post on hydration and maybe why we're overhydrating our body. I also talk a lot about warm lemon water in the morning, okay? So there's this balance, right? What is she talking about? One minute she's telling us we're drinking too much. The next minute she's saying you're not drinking enough. But here's the thing. We have to find the balance. It's not just about the mindset of guzzling as much water as you can to keep yourself full or to help you lose weight. That's not the idea behind hydration. Hydration or water, basically we're walking cucumbers, right? Our bodies are made up of mostly water. So we need that, but we need it in the right concentration and the right amount. Not to throw my mom under the bus, but I remember her in the mornings guzzling a whole cup of water. Before we could leave for school, we were waiting for my mom to down a massive cup of water, and it wasn't just sipping, it was guzzling. So I'm going to throw her out and say maybe that wasn't the wisest decision. Not that water is bad, right? Water is really good, but the act of guzzling can not only dilute your stomach acid, so if you're going to eat after that, your stomach acid isn't going to be as well and digestion isn't going to happen as well, but it can also dilute your bloodstream down, and that's not something we want hormonally speaking, because as soon as we dilute our bloodstream, then our hormones get diluted and our enzymes and basically everything else. And so what we really want to do is get to a place where we just have water as our main source of hydration. So not carbonated water, not necessarily even coffee or black tea, right? But just straight water that maybe you add some lemon to or citrus juice to get a little flavor and enzymatic properties, maybe a pinch of sea salt to help make it more hydrating. But water is a free source of nutrition that our bodies need daily. And so I just want you to be aware of making sure that you have water, hydrating water with you, maybe like I said, squeeze of lemon juice, some sea salt in it, and just have it with you constantly throughout the day, and try to be aware of, like, when you do a little reset, a little check-in throughout the day, that you're drinking enough and having enough adequate hydration. So that's number one, is water. And water is going to help, again, move your blood, move your lymphatic flow. And essentially, one great place for our body to detox is our urine. So it's going to help our body get rid of excess toxins. Number two is, speaking of lymphatic fluid, is that we got to move our lymphatic fluid. And moving our lymphatic fluid doesn't cost anything. So our lymph fluid runs opposite to our blood flow, and the lymph holds some immunity, but it also holds and circulates toxins in this lymph fluid. And we have lymph nodes throughout our body. Sometimes you can feel swollen ones, and people worry about that with cancer and other things. But here's the thing about lymph flow, is that it has no central pump. So unlike your bloodstream or your circulatory system, which is moving via your heart pumping, your lymphatic flow has no central pump. That means we have to pump it for it. And so how do you move lymphatic flow? How do you get your lymphatic flow pumping? Is movement. So exercise can be a great way. You could do dry brushing. Yes, now I know dry brushing can cost something, but it's super inexpensive. But dry brushing, or those circular motions lightly on your skin, can help move lymphatic fluid to your heart to be released via your kidneys. You can also do little lymphatic massages. You can look these up on YouTube. I'll link one in the show notes to help see what that is. But lymphatic massage, even to yourself, can help move lymphatic flow. And some other ways, like sauna, massage, all of those things. I know they cost some, but moving your lymphatic fluid in general doesn't have to cost anything. It's just exercise, right? Whenever your muscles are working, your lymphatic flow is moving. And so the more movement we can get, the more our lymphatic flow will move, and the less toxic buildup we'll have in our body. So that's tip number two. Number three is intermittent fasting. I'm a fan of giving our body space to rest. And I know this sounds crazy because you think, well, I'm sitting on the couch eating chips. Isn't that resting, right? Okay, yes, that's resting, but we need to give our digestive system time to rest too. So it's not just what we think of as mentally resting, it's our digestive system as well. And so I'm a really big fan of doing intermittent fasting. And this is basically, you crunch the amount of time you consume your calories within an 8 to 12 hour window. So if you eat breakfast by 7 a.m., you have to be completely finished eating no later than 7 p.m. And this, again, just gives your body at least 12 hours, if not up to 16 hours, for your body to really rest. And in this resting, it can then go back and circulate and heal and rejuvenate yourself, including your digestive system. So intermittent fasting isn't just a weight loss technique. It really is helping to provide the right environment for your body to do the restoration that it needs to work efficiently and well, to clean out your body and to detox daily. So intermittent fasting, again, I have a whole podcast on that. I'll link it up in the show notes so you can learn more about that and how to do that. But that's tip number three. Number four is one I really, really like, and I think is really valuable, even though it's something that some people could laugh at, right? Like you think, oh, it's not worth my time, but it is getting out in the sunlight and grounding yourself. So whether it's taking off your sandals or your shoes and your socks and just walking around on bare ground, not on cement, but like dirt or grass, and walking around, or sand is really great, walking around out there while you're standing in the sun with a good majority of your body exposed. So I'm not saying like stand out there nude, although you could, that's fine. We live in the country. I mean, we can do that. Some of us can do that. But I'm just saying that being outside in the sunlight, touching the ground, being in the dirt or the sand can be really, really powerful for your body. And it just helps with the frequency of your body. So it helps provide that energy, helps to recalibrate you and your frequency. And in that, it helps your body to boost its immune system and its brain functioning and its hormonal flow, and all these things are benefited just from a solid 10 to 20 minutes outside in the sun, no sunscreen. I know there's a huge worry about that, but we have to be outside exposed to the sun and the ground as much as we can, because there is huge health benefit to that. So again, our tips are water, 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 move your lymphatic flow, intermittent fasting, grounding, and sunlight. And the last thing is number 5, change your mindset. Oh my gosh, are you tired of me talking about this yet? But here's the thing. Our mindset is so powerful. Like I've said in the last few episodes, we're going to talk so much more about this coming up this summer and really help you to uncover how to have a healthy mindset, how to live with more joy, and really take back your health with nothing more than changing your mindset. I believe it can be done even if you change nothing about what you eat or how you exercise, because in time, changing your mindset changes everything. Like the quote says, you are what you think you are. So we have to remember how powerful our mindset is. Here's the thing about mindset. Our mindset, our thoughts, our emotions are actually sending signals to every cell in the body. So every cell has a receptor for emotion. Now, the thing about these emotions is that our negative emotions are causing negative consequences in the body. So think about when you're excited and you get butterflies and your heart starts to race, or you get angry and you feel like your blood is literally boiling and your face gets flushed and your heart increases, right? So we have two sides of it. If we're producing a lot of positive emotions, we're having a lot of positive effects on our cells because our receptors of our cells are accepting positive ions, positive molecules, positive emotions that are changing the DNA in a positive way. On the other hand, if we have a lot of anger, then our body starts to release those stress hormones that causes our body to kind of go into survival mode of I'm going to protect and I'm going to conserve. That's not generally the place that most of us want to stay long term. It's great in the short term, but long term, it's not where we want. Needless to say, I'm not going to get to this a ton, although I should, because now I'm probably confused you a little bit more. But here's the thing. Our mindset has huge power over our body, huge power over our body, and it's affecting every single cell. One of the billions of cells in your body is being affected by the emotional response that we're having by simply our mindset. So can we think ourselves into a positive place? Can we think ourselves healthy? There's a lot of thought that we can sure make a huge impact in a positive way if we start to do that. And the same goes, if we're constantly thinking bad things and negative things, more than likely those bad things will come true. So again, can we help our body detox? Can we help our body to cleanse itself and provide the right environment with the right mindset? Absolutely. We just have to get ourselves there. So again, adding more water to your day, moving your lymphatic flow, intermittent fasting, or finding that window of time when you consume all of your calories, grounding in sunlight, and the last thing, changing your mindset can make the world of difference in your health. And these are things you can do every single day. So like I said, I have an entire checklist over in the show notes at simpleritzwellness.com/087 where you can find out more and start this process today. Start incorporating them today of different ideas, of different ways you can do this. And you can also follow me and doing this over on Instagram at Alexa Sherm or on Facebook at Simple Ritz Wellness. I really want to make an effort to help you to learn to live healthy, not just for an event or not just because you feel like you have to, but really to find health that you love because you deep down desire it. Because it makes you feel good and you no longer have to be a slave to it. You just have the right mindset based around it. And this summer, like I said, we're going all in with the mindset and I cannot wait. But in the meantime, if you're looking for more detox solutions, I have an entire free guide in the show notes at simpleritzwellness.com/087 that you can download. If you want more help on detoxing, make sure you go back and listen to episode number 86, all on detoxing and what you should know. In there, I also mentioned the Simple Cleanse, which is my version of a cleanse or a detox that maybe you do sporadically that takes detoxing a little bit more seriously. Maybe not stuff that you incorporate necessarily every day, but a lot of these principles are in there and it shows you exactly how to incorporate that into your life. So if you're looking for more information on detoxing, on resetting your body and really feeling better, especially going into summer, you're going to want to check that out. You can find that at simpleritzwellness.com/thesimplecleanse. Again, that's called The Simple Cleanse. You can learn more in the show notes or just head on over to my site at Simple Ritz Wellness to do that. Again, detoxing doesn't have to be difficult. Cleansing doesn't have to be painful. In fact, if it is, you might want to question how tangible that really is long term. But at the end of the day, it is vital for lasting health that we learn how to detox or at least learn to provide the right environment for our body to do the job that it was designed. And that means allowing space for our body to detox. So again, I hope these principles are realistic, stuff that you can add into your everyday. You don't have to do it all at once. Just pick one, maybe two, and start incorporating those. Once you get a handle handle, like I said, it's kind of like a snowball effect. Once you start doing one, it just becomes easier to do another thing and another thing, all while still living your best life. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to leave a rating and review. Head on over to simplerootswellness.com/087 to do that. Make sure you grab those free downloads over in the show notes. Next week, I have an expert on, and we're talking all about Lyme disease. I mean, it's kind of the perfect time because this is tick season, and there's no greater fear that I have than ticks. I absolutely hate them, and we have them all over the place where I live in this tall grass out in the country, and so we have to be very cautious, but we're gonna dig into Lyme disease. In fact, I'm gonna share more of my story and my diagnosis with Lyme disease that I have yet to tell anyone. So there's your little sneak peek, but we're gonna dig into that next week. I hope you come back, stay tuned, and don't forget to listen to the last episode, which is super nice about podcasts, right? Is that you can just binge them like a Netflix show. So keep listening, tuning in. Never hesitate to email me at alexa@simplerootswellness.com. I love to hear from you and answer any questions you have. Anyways, I'll be back next week.